Hello everybody! If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos, and welcome to a book haul. So my last book haul was a few months ago. I think it was in June, and it was massive. It was just over 30 books, I think, and that's because a few days before I filmed that video, I did a little splurge, and I spent $250 on books in one night, and so I have not done that since, thank God. But I've been saving over the summer, so I haven't bought too many books, but I'm a reader. How can I not buy books? So since that video, I've gathered, I think, 15 books or so, maybe a bit more, and we're gonna haul them today because spooky season is coming up and I'm about to go apeshit for it, and I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to film a haul until November or so, so I was like, we should do it now, you know, just get out of the way. And so here we are. Like I said, I have 17-ish books, so today's gonna be a bit of a shorter video. Sorry. I do really love these books. These are some awesome books. I'm so glad I got some of them. They fit perfectly on my shelves, and if my shelves are looking like a little empty right now, well, I took books off to haul them. That's what's going on. So thank you so much for watching. We're getting into the video now. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get going with this huge ass like stack of books that are right next to me out of the camera on my desk. So we're gonna pull the top one off, and that one is 8 Ain't Me Babe by Tilly Cole. And I'll be honest, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great book to have on my shelf. It's not. It's kind of like gray, red, and black at the same time with white, and it goes nowhere on my shelf. If you guys have seen my shelves, which I show on Instagram all the time, I've been asked for a bookshelf tour a lot. It's coming at the end of the year and not sooner. I apologize. But if you know what my shelves look like, then you know that I really like to keep them organized by color. And this doesn't have a color that it can go in. Like, it's just a very like mixed book, and it doesn't go anywhere on my shelf. So another thing I really like in book hauls is when people like show the whole book so that I know if I want to buy it. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm probably gonna do it as I talk, so just don't mind me. If you're there for that, then great. If not, then you get to see this book. So yeah, I bought this book. It is very pretty. I will definitely use it for a lot of Instagram photos, but it doesn't really go on my shelves, and I'm kind of regretting buying it. Next up is a non-matte cover, so you know I always regret buying it. Just kidding. This one is Diabolic by Penn Cassidy, and it's actually a very pretty book. It's very simple, it's very glossy, but number one, it's a great book, and number two, it's just basic and pretty. Pretty short for a book. Same with It Ain't Me Babe, actually, they're very short books. So yeah, I do recommend this book, as well as the past one. I just don't really love them as like on my shelf books. And I don't mean to sound like ungrateful at all. I'm very appreciative that I got these books with my own money, except for one actually, but that being said, I just sometimes buy books and then realize that I spent over 20 bucks on them and be like, holy shit, I should maybe not have done that. Okay, speaking of not buying books with my money, I was gifted Swan Song by C. Lamari herself, and she gave me a bunch of different swag in it as well, so I'm taking these out. I got a sticker. I dropped the sticker, but Jesus Christ. But she sent me a bookmark. It just says C. Lamari with like all her socials on it, which when I do a reread of Swan Song for rereading my favorites of 2022 at the end of the year, I'm totally gonna use this bookmark. Are you kidding me? And then I was absolutely delighted to see a fan art sticker from Yaz, who is my friend on Bookstagram. Look how pretty that is. That is the heroine in this one. Her name is Ophelia. Totally her. She's a ballet dancer. I love this. It's so pretty. I was literally about to buy some of Yaz's artwork, so when I got this, I was just like, oh my god. Thank you so much to C. Lamari for sending me a copy of this book. There we go. It is a very beautiful cover. It is discreet, and it like goes wonderfully this way and this way at the same time. This one is a little shorter as well, because I love kind of like smaller but not pocket-sized books that I can hold up as I'm filming. So thank you so much to C. Lamari for sending me this book. I am very appreciative, and I will not stop talking about it, and I cannot wait to read it again at the end of the year. My next one is a hunk of a book, and that is The Annihilator by Runex. So this one, it had a really delayed release with Amazon. I don't know what was going on with them, but when it finally got approved, and then like 3 weeks later it got approved for a paperback, I jumped on it. I have the series behind me on that shelf right there, right? Yeah, on that shelf, and so this one went perfectly straight into my stack. I was not a huge fan of this cover when it came out, because I was like, we already have a red book at the beginning of the series. We don't need more red. But that being said, this side is very black with like a little red at the bottom with some smoke, and it's very pretty. It's matte. I'm in love, and I was proved wrong because it goes very well on my shelf. Then I got a duet, and that is the Pageant Duet by Lilith Finch. Vincent. I'm pretty sure it's called Pageant. Book 1 is called Pageant, but I think it's a pageant duet. These covers are so like basic and simple, and I love them. They're discreet. Well, not really. They have the writing on them, but like there's no man on the cover, and they're awesome. I just really love how simple they are. I think it's great. They go really well like this. They look very like organized and it's very satisfying. So they go like this on my shelf. They're very pretty. I love this duet. And if you watched my wrap up, then you'll know what I thought of Crowned when I read it. But yeah, that was another one that I was like, it came out and I need to have it on my shelf. Next up, another freaking hunk of a book, and that is Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I was on the edge about whether or not I was going to buy this book because, I mean, I enjoyed it, but not as much as I thought I could have. But this really won me over. I don't know what it is about a simple black, like, spine, but it just does things, especially with that like little heartbeat right there. It was hitting and I really wanted it on my shelf. It's a very tall and long book. I don't really know what's up here, but it goes on a shelf and in a stack of longer books or like taller books, so not too much of an issue. But yeah, isn't it pretty? I do enjoy this cover, though I probably would never put it on my shelf like front facing. I love the side of it for some reason. I don't know why. Next up is my red stack, which is the one right there. This one is also by Sheila Mori. I got Falcon's Prey. What in the non-discreet cover is this? I don't know, but I had to have it. Okay, contrary to what that sentence sounded like, I don't have beef with this cover. I think it's great, actually. It's very them, like the two characters in this one. This cover fits them very well. But you're right, it's not a discreet cover. I literally read discreet covers on Kindle because I'm just a discreet cover girly. But I had to get it. It's hella pretty like this. It's not actually red, it's more pink with like kind of red accents, but this way, oh man, it's so pretty and it fits on the shelf so well. It is a very pretty book. It's very glam, but also kind of simple, and I love it. I also love the story. I do want to reread it. It is a shorter book, but I knew I wanted to have it on my shelf because I enjoyed it, but it also goes in my red shelf, and y'all know me, I love color coding my shelves. Another book that I added to the red shelf, that one is A Vow of Hate by, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say Veronica Tate? That is not even an author I know. Lila James, girl. This one, it took me a minute to get won over by this cover. This is the Canadian version of the cover because I live in Canada, but I was really crushing on that US version, and I was like, I don't really like the Canadian one. I don't really think I'm gonna get it. I did buy it, and it's actually really won me over. I think this is gorgeous. I think the heroine like totally embraces this cover, and it's so pretty. It is also very pretty this way. Like I said, it's more of a pink than a red. It goes on my red shelf, but the pink kind of goes with it, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoy this one. I highly recommend this book, but I also really like the cover. If you can't tell, I get books because they have pretty covers. If they don't have a cover that I somewhat like, then I'm not getting them, and it's simple as that. Okay, this one, I was actually going to buy something on Amazon, and I don't ever buy just one book. I have to buy at least $100 worth of books, which is like anywhere from 3 to 4 books. So I was gonna buy Ominous Book 3, but then I was like, that's a little too much. I just don't know why I can't justify spending like $27 on a book, but I can't. So instead, I bought a, oh, what the fuck? I was about to say something different again. These Monstrous Tides by KV Rose. So I read this book last September or maybe October, and I put it down. I DNF'd it about 13% because I just couldn't get into it, and I felt it slowing me down. And girl, spooky season, it's go mode around here, okay? We read for fun, but we also read to complete that fucking TBR, okay? So this one was slowing me down and I didn't want it to do that, so I put it aside, and I really want to pick it back up. So I got it in paperback to force me to do so, and I think it's working because I have thought about this book a lot since I bought it. Like, the more I think about it, the more I want to pick it up, and like I said, I think about it a lot. So I'm probably picking this book up at the beginning of October. I don't know why, but I just like reading series at the beginning of October. But at the same time, maybe I should read it sooner. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be on my spooky season TBR for sure. What month? I don't know. The next book, which is actually right next to that book on my shelf, is a friend of KV Rose, actually, and that's Liza James. I got Vibe by her, which is a sapphic romance. Oh, it was so good. It was dark, but it was sapphic and was spicy. I was in love. It was to die for. But I really found it funny that they're actually really good friends, at least from what I can tell on social media, and they're right next to each other on my shelves. Their books are like literally sitting next to each other, but they just have the same vibe, and they have the same cover that is absolutely gorgeous and black. So it's hitting, and I knew I had to get this one. I really wanted to be the front-facing one, like on the shelf like this, like the shelf's my arm and the book's like that, but it didn't work out that way in my shelf, so I might rearrange it and put it that way because I really love this cover. It's gorgeous. There's there's a older version of the cover that I don't like as much, so I definitely had to make sure I got this version, but I'm so happy to have it on my shelf because look how pretty that is. Next one is also on that shelf, actually, right next to that one, and that is In Chaos We Reign by Emma Jones. I feel like I have a frog in my throat, it's not coming out. I got this one when I got the Annihilator because they were 2 new releases that I wanted on my shelf, and they go really well together, actually. Like, I took a picture with them because I was like, whoa, those are so cute together with the little cherry matching the red on there. It was great. So this one is the last book in the Midnight Mayhem series. I enjoyed it. You can see my thoughts in my August reading wrap up, but I wanted to have it on my shelf 100% because right there is my Midnight Mayhem series stack, and this one goes right next to it. So I'm very glad to have it. I'm sad that series is over, but the covers are so fucking gorgeous together. They are to die for, and I'm in love with them. Okay, now we're moving on to my white stack. We're gonna start with Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. Technically, it's a white and blue stack because this isn't just white, but oh my god, this is one of the most beautiful covers I've seen. I will admit that I was not in love with it when it first came out, but now that I have it on my shelf, I'm like, ooh, it's gorgeous. Also, the like formatting inside this book is gorgeous. It's very pretty. I'm not going to show you it because then the camera will go all weird and shit, but yeah, one of my favorite books of July. It was so good. Highly recommend it. The cover is gorgeous. The side is gorgeous. It actually goes like this, like kind of on an angle on my shelf, and it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Next one I got was Forget Me Not by QB Tyler, and this one is another pocket-sized book. That's the difference, and it may not seem like a lot, but on my shelf it does seem like a lot. Another non-discreet cover. I don't know what I'm thinking, but this one I got because I was like, oh, it looks kind of white. It'll go perfectly. This is like fucking blue, almost purple, and it does not go very well together. I mean, it's not bad, but like it's not going as well as I wanted it to, but that doesn't matter because I love this book and I'm glad it's on my shelf. It's definitely not like propped up like this on my shelf. It's definitely like this, but yeah. Last book is Bitter Heat by Mia Knight. I almost said Butterfly Heat, but this one I really love it. You've heard me gush about this, I'm sure. I'm not going to talk about it, but I love this cover. This is another huge ass book. Like, it's the same size as the Annihilator and Still Beating. It's just huge and really kind of thin this way, and I don't know why, but it's very pretty this way. It's very pretty this way. I love this book and it goes great on my shelf. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching today's book haul. I really hope you enjoyed it. This wasn't as many books as last time, but I really love all the books I have today, and I do hope to give you guys another haul soon. My goal is to fill up all my shelves by the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023, but I'm not too sure how that's gonna go because they're kind of a little bit empty. I mean, from what you can see, they're full, but the bottom, they're empty. So yeah, book haul may be coming soon, November, December, don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video very soon.